Okay, we got interrupted by a phone call. Okay, so now we're getting to the good part. And erase the kess. We've got everything we need, all the tools, no excuses. Let's go. I was writing this down. Oh, I didn't. I shouldn't have started recording. Excuse me. So raise the kess. First, write esek. Next, write kess. Okay, and then you raise the kess. Or let's see what that means next. Okay, so we're in part 2. Part 2, raise kess. And we're raising its sex. Okay. So the esek. Do protesters know what they're protesting? All right, so that's the esek. The kess we can infer no. Okay. Now, so our no, that's our conclusion. No. Okay. So that's our ultimate tav. Okay, now what are the bets? What are the bets? So let's take a look. Let's play this
Majority of these college students honestly know exactly what they're protesting for?
The majority of these college students are here on a government loan.
Okay. Can we call that financial aid?
They are studying something unbelievably stupid.
Okay. And also, unbelievably, I mean, he didn't make it past part 1. But you know, who am I to say he didn't make it past part 1? The video says this is 7 minutes of straight facts, and the caption says it's like the best interview of all time. It's what Jewish Uncensored thinks. So we don't want to presume.
They are basically being built for money. They have.
Okay. What does that mean? I don't know yet. Built for money. They have no idea.
No idea. It's the next cool thing to do.
What was he gonna say? They have no idea what. Oh, they have no idea about this. Okay, so they're. We'll include that they're ignorant. They have no idea it's the next. It's the next cool thing to do. They're just doing it because it's cool. So want to be cool, and I'm seeing that for me. That's a mallet, and not a justifiable one. That's a classic endroit, classic Anduit. That's a classic agit to, if someone disagrees with you, oh, it's just because they have this stupid motive. It definitely couldn't be because they've looked at the information and that's how they've interpreted it.
The average person, I think, at these protests is the kid that isn't cool or good looking enough to be invited to a house party.
Ugly. We'll just put ugly loser. No, we'll just put those separately. Loser, or no friends.
Because they're not invited to a house party, they make their own, which is out here, which is
Yeah, so the point here is that they don't know what they're protesting. No, because if you have no friends, then you need socializing. If you need socializing but don't have access to any socializing, if you need socializing and you don't have access to any socializing, you create a reason. They have created a reason to protest. There isn't actually a good reason. So we have to write these out. Maybe we'll.
what happens when they summon these people with a flyer. 10,000 of them show up. These are 10,000 people with nowhere else to be, fundamentally. So no.
Okay, yeah, they just want socializing. We'll put that as the bet. There's a sub bet, of course, which is that they have no friends. Okay. All right, and then that's the end of it. Okay, awesome. So we've got a bunch of sex that we can look at. And we've got a bunch of logits here that we can look at. So let's copy this list onto our other board. And then, okay, so let's go. So here are the bets for, all right, so the top is, oops. The top is they don't know aim. That's not right. They don't know aim of protest. Okay, that's his kess. And how he wants us to get there, how he's suggesting we might get there, is, well, you're on financial aid, bro. Stupid majors. Built for money, which hopefully that we'll figure out. Ignorant. They have no idea that this is what's happening. Want to be cool. Want to socialize. Ugly. All right, here you go. Off the bat, not super compelling, but doesn't make it wrong. But not super compelling. But we got to raise it more. Let's raise it. Okay, so let's erase that. Oh, and the kess is they don't know. Okay. Okay, so let's write out these logits. None of these individual logits can be we can't pretend that we're that they're supposed to lead each one to guarantee the conclusion. We have to be fair. But just does it get us a little bit closer to the conclusion, and then can we say that the sum gets us closer to the conclusion? So let's write out some of these. I should not be standing here. All right, so let's write out some of these logits. We know that all of them all right, we know that all of them, God damn it. Okay, we know that all of them, we know what the tab is. They don't know. Okay, so we know that it's gonna, that's what the tab is. Okay, let me write that in blue. Okay. Okay, so that's where we're trying to get to. That's the tab, that's the soup. Okay, so what do we got? Where's my grain? No, it's too red. Okay. So, all right, so all right, so we're gonna see a bunch of ifs. So if all right, so if finade, then they don't know. If stupid major, then, you know, if they're setting a stupid major, then they don't know what they're protesting about. I don't know what to do with the vote for money. Let's drop the ignorant because it was really specifically they're ignorant about like how they're being used. So we'll say unaware, or we'll say oblivious. They want to be cool. And want to socialize. We're not going to include the ugly one because we don't have room and it's just too stupid. Of course, it does factor into whether or not it sings or it chopes. That's why it was in the caption. It's in the caption as being like interesting. Okay. So let's raise this one. Is that empirical? Is it true that most of them are on financial aid? There could be a bunch that are. Could even be a correlation between family wealth and your stance on the issue. Does that mean that they don't know what they are protesting? I'd say no. I'd even say that it's the opposite. That if they are dependent on the university for them to be able to stay in the university, if they're dependent financially, can't they lose like a scholarship or something? So I would, if I were doing a Dialeris, I would ask that we downce that. Okay. They're studying a stupid major. They're studying a stupid major. So if we did the parrots here, we could say, if they're studying a stupid major, then they're stupid. And if they're stupid, then they don't know why they're protesting. But if you say here, this word major tells me that they're in college studying something. I'm not sure how useful, even if it is, I don't know what stupid what the, like stupid major, like for a capitalist, because then that definitely has nothing to do with this. So that definitely doesn't par that. But if we're given the benefit of the doubt, stupid major for something that's easy or something. Nah, bro, I'm seeing major here, and that means they're a college student and we're accepting they're a college student. And aren't we talking about Columbia in that video? That was in New York, right? So that must be Columbia, right? Nah. Feel like we have to downce this because if we take this move, first of all, this isn't even, we don't need this, we have no reason to think that this is cup. You think he was going around asking people what their majors were? I'm not sure. So that's not even cup. And then this move here, nah. Okay, let's downce that. He made some claim about there being oblivious. We can allow this. If people are oblivious, then they're oblivious. So we'll allow that, but we don't know whether it itself is true. So that's what this line should mean. This, how can it be cup? How can that be cup? How can that be cup? Even if it is, the move is no good. This move will allow, but I don't know how cup that is. But maybe we should give him benefit of the doubt. I shouldn't cross that out, but whatever. Want to be cool. Yeah. The social proof it is a powerful it. If all the people in your circle are saying something, or if one influential person in your circle is saying something, and it can catch on like that. And I think that this is also explains, we saw that video of those Trumpers, the kids who were, the young belligerent men who were, who don't want to do the monkey thing and blah, blah, blah. Do they want to be cool? Honestly, that could be cup. I don't know how he could know that. So this does seem like an agit to me. It's like he assumes this, and okay, well, this is one way. I don't know that he actually could have had this information. So it's not cup. But it could be true though. So right, but we're past figuring out whether it's cup. That was part one. Okay, no. So it is about the truth of the bet and whether that bet gets us to the TAV. Okay? So I shouldn't have this one we cross out. This one I won't cross out. Maybe they are unfinished. It's irrelevant though, because we downced the move. This one, I don't even know how we would investigate it. And also, isn't it just like a circular thing? If they're oblivious, then they're oblivious. I mean, that's why I allowed it. It is true. If you're oblivious, then you're oblivious. So if this sec here we could raise, see whether it's empirical, see whether it's true or not. The want to be cool as well. In fact, I'm going to say that almost definitely is true. So this one, I'm happy to allow this whole it. I think it is true that there are people on that campus that want to be cool, but I don't think that takes away from it. I think that's just how humans work. And if we didn't have that, people weren't as easily swept up in things, and we wouldn't have big protests. And you could say this about the insurrection as well, that this was the thing. So I definitely would wanna be cool. That it is just absolutely real. That's we call that social proof. Want to socialize? Seems unlikely to. No. But anyway, the move. In any case, we have to allow. All right. So now. So we looked at these sects already. We didn't really investigate them. It was just a first effort. We saw that there were some its to allow if the bets are true. And this bet could be true enough to allow the whole thing, which is represented by that check mark here. But this, we can allow the move here, but I don't know that we would. And then basically when you do this process, you're not going to find truth. You're going to maybe get closer, and also, but more importantly, someone else can look through. Someone can put in the comments, hey, you shouldn't have dounced that. So by the way, if the relationship is dounced, if the move is dounced, if the parness is dounced, then the whole thing gets dounced. Yeah, so I don't. We shouldn't be writing I allow here, but I allow should refer to the whole thing, I guess. So we can just do boop, 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 and then so that's for the move. We look at we can raise these things and actually go ahead and ket. Would I say ket was just for the it? Yeah, no, just raise it. We can still use the word raise. So you can go ahead and raise this. Are they on financial aid? Do they have stupid majors? But no, it doesn't even matter because we already. So, and then are they oblivious? Because if they're oblivious, then yes, they are oblivious. Do they want to be cool? Is that playing a role? Okay, yeah. So I might want to allow this stream here. And then they want to socialize. Sure. It's not about what is true. It's just about sort of what's possible. I guess. So there we go. So out of the 5 logits that we looked at for that first esek, for the kess of they don't know, 2 of the its we can maybe allow. Doesn't mean that they're true, but we can move forward with them. We can maybe investigate those. And then the next step would just be to, because we did a cursory raising. Is it reasonable? Is it, do you think that that's true? But, and it was true enough to make it past this first step. So now we do more of a raising. Well, actually, you just need to survey them, or you need to just study them. It's not even something that we can do. Now, one question that we can think about, though, so we know that this might get us closer to this. If it's true that they want to be cool and that they're socializing, then we could say that maybe they are there, that's enough to motivate their being there, and that they don't need to be actually know what's going on. And then, but then what about the fact that they're there? They're there. I mean, they're talking about it now, aren't they? I can't believe they're just out there only sort of playing cards and not having conversations about these things at all. Anyway, is this sufficient to say they don't know? No, this is sufficient to say maybe they didn't know before they went. Gosh, thinking it's hard because we can't just stop there. I feel like I've addressed it. I feel like, yeah, nah. But what is that? That's just me who thinks that. We have to, what's the word? Is it not ket? Did we not have another thing? No, yeah, we're going to use ket for that. Stop. It's not just about it. Oh no, raise. You have to raise that. You know, we've done a first raise of all of them. Now we got to really look at. No, actually, it doesn't even matter. Ugh. So let's say it's true. Definitely true. We checked. We did a study. And how we tested that was like, I don't know, someone who had established themselves as a big figure in the encampment starts a chant. That chant opposes the actual philosophy of the camp, but it's not sort of super obvious unless you understand the philosophy well. And then you see how many people chant that thing. That's not going to be, because they are going to chant. You're going to have to test it by then. You don't allow them to talk to each other, and then afterward, after they've chanted it, you go to everybody who chanted, and they said, "Can you explain that to me? Why you chanted that?" And if they don't realize quite quickly, oh wait a minute, what the hell was I saying? No, that's not. Why were we chanting that? Then you've confirmed this thing. Actually, wait a minute. You don't have to do all this. Just ask them, what are you protesting about? Have them. I think, hold on, we've just stumbled upon a major red flag, which is if someone is giving a whole bunch of bets for a tab that is a very simple fact that can be investigated, there's a problem. Yeah, they're eye-shitting. The only thing we should be hearing, if this is your answer, they don't know what they're protesting about. The only thing that we should be hearing is you should be telling us that you've identified a whole bunch of contradictions in their thing. And then you're going to have to tell us what the contradictions are, and we have to investigate that. Now that's cup, bro. That's cup. You're basing it on something. But this is all circumstantial. This is all circumstantial. None of this actually even talks about them. So that's another thing. Yeah, it's not cup. It's all puck. I mean, even just this thing to get here, it's puck, bro. It's based on whether they're on financial aid, not based on whether they know what they're talking about. It's not like we went there and we were saying, like, if they say I don't know to 8 out of 10 questions or 5 out of 10 questions about Palestine, then they don't know what they're protesting. If I mean, am I just being circular? Am I saying, no, yeah, you have to go to the reality. You have to cup the reality. Not why might they not know. Not why might they not know. Do they or do they not? This shouldn't even be based on argumentation. It should just be based on first level information. It's gonna, like you say, the spokesperson yesterday got a bunch of historical facts wrong, and also mentioned demands that they have in the encampment, and then the next spokesperson the next day denied that that was one of their demands. That shows that they don't know really what they're doing. They're not all on the same page. Yeah, this needs to just be cut. You need to just have evidence. All right, that's probably enough for today. That's probably enough for today. Let's just see what he says next real quick.
I don't believe that they have any idea what they're protesting. I don't think they know about what the Green Line is, or the 87 or the 67 borders, or the 48 war. These people.
What is he saying? He's just listing things he knows, and he's saying, I don't think they know them. But we're still not getting any evidence of that. We're just getting evidence that he has heard these things.
I don't know what river and what sea. I think they think it's like from the Hudson River to the Atlantic, maybe. Like they have no idea what.
I mean, that's just outrageous.
See?
Yeah. And who is on the right side? Who should the people be supporting? People of Israel, Palestine, or should it just be everyone come together and find peace?
You cannot logically and fruitfully say that you support the people of Palestine.
Fruitfully?
For several reasons. One, they elected Hamas. They are amongst the most religiously Muslim countries or territories in the world. This idea that they're these beautiful, friendly people, they are extreme. They are like ISIS level. They want to.
I mean, that just can't be true that a whole country of people is on that level. I mean, I can imagine a government, maybe. I can imagine a large group. And also, this is just a clear end to it, that of course he's going to generalize about the whole group.
So that's number one. Number two, the word Palestinian was created in 1967 by Yasser Arafat after they lost yet another war. They are...
You heard of that, and they lost yet another war. That would be included in our list of, for this next question, why they should not be supported. And that almost sounds okay, but that's stupid. Okay.
In fact, if one is honest, every Arab
If one is...
that we know today was created after 1917. People talk about the division of Palestine, but real Palestine was right after World War I. That included all of Jordan. So what they want is not a two-state solution. What they want is a four-state.
It's just slipping all over. So, yeah, all right. So so we've kind of done a first Monaleris. There you go. That was fun, wasn't it?